All right, we're back on before the pod. We're gonna hit on some of the new moves that ESPN is deciding to do in the last couple weeks, which we could start with what the hell is going on at First Take with there was a lot of rumors of what happened between Stephen A and Max Kellerman about his, I don't want to call it removal, but dismissal, but he seems like he was happy for him, but the nigga wasn't there on his last day of the show.
Yeah, that was
kind of weird, right? That was really sus. Like,
I'm gonna shut it down because it's like people are gonna try to read into something, and it's like Stephen A was out on assignment, number one, because he was. And keep in mind that was the same week where he's out in LA.
It ain't NBA season with out on assignment doing what?
He was hosting. He was out in LA doing shit. Like he was
hopped on the Zoom though from the phone.
That was I know that
was a little strange.
That's more on ESPN than it is on Stephen A. I don't think Stephen A would have been like, nah, I can't do that. For him to call in, like it just seemed like it didn't work out. Like he was out doing shit. Remember, he hosted Jimmy Kimmel.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
He was doing shit that week.
I forgot about that.
I mean, people are trying to create like this, like there's some sort of rift between the two. And I already knew this from the beginning when Max was first announced to be on there. I was like, that's not a show for Max. Like, it's not a show for Max. Because,
you feel like that?
Well, I listened to Max at that time. I already was listening to Max with Max Marcellus for like 2 years on the radio. It's not a show for Max. Max needs to start here and go all the way and give you all this nuance, everything, and then make his point, right? And he was doing that on First Take. Stephen A doesn't like that stuff. He wants an argument. Like, boom, I said this, boom, jump in. Like, just go back and forth. Not this whole long talk to make your point and make a conversation. It's a meandering thing. If you see what they're changing it to, it's like...
Yeah, so for those who don't know, their Mondays is going to be... who's on Mondays? Michael Irvin.
I watched it.
Then on Fridays, Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we should have kept Max.
That's
like no.
That's really strange though. Like
do I think Max was cool on the show? I thought Max Max
was cool. There's no. Let's keep it a buck. As much as we give Skip shit, like he was the perfect. Like Skip and Stephen A was like the perfect side by side foil for each other, back and forth combo that they could have had on that kind of type of show. Like that's why they had the numbers that they did. That's why Skip went to Fox and basically created the same exact fucking show for Fox.
Max is a guy that presents himself as the smartest man in the room, and I'm gonna. I am the smartest man in the room by giving you every point up to making my larger point. But that's not. Not to say Max didn't find his groove. Max found his groove. He knew what he had to do on the show. His first episode, he went on there and said Tom Brady is, keep in mind, Max been saying this.
How many years ago was that when he said Tom Brady's washed?
Well, he been saying it, but Rel, you listen to Max and Marcellus. He said that shit.
Yeah, he said it on Max and Marcellus. Yeah.
He just jumped on there and said, He was like, he's going to hit a plateau. He hit the plateau. Now it's downhill from there. Now, was he wrong?
Absolutely.
If you look at Tom Brady's numbers, it's not necessarily wrong.
I still can't get over the fact that Max said for a game winner, if the aliens came down over anybody in the NBA, he's taking Andre Iguodala. Like, I have to like that shit lost me.
That being said,
that shit lost me. That's a take. That's a take you got to go with to the grave. Like that got to follow you.
That being said,
that should follow you for everywhere you go.
On a Monday after a football weekend, kind of perfect. It's like because that Monday, what's gonna?
Oh yeah, Monday. Him and Mike Orban's going. It's gonna be fat.
It's gonna be about your team, Ralph.
What's gonna be? Yeah. So what's gonna happen on Tuesday through Thursday? Like, is it gonna be whoever's available?
Well, they already said
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, during the season, I expect basketball players, but during this week, they were announcing like Marcus Spears, Teddy Bruschi.
So every week they're gonna announce who's gonna be on Monday, Tuesday through Thursday.
Yeah.
Is that how that's gonna go?
Well, it's kind of like they're trying to do it as like Stephen A. versus the world. So everybody's gonna, because each one of them that they're trying to put on there has the argument of combative to go against him. Like Marcus Spears, they're pretty funny. They realize like people
they're making Stephen A. Smith earn his $4 million a year, $14 million a year.
That's what
they making that nigga earn.
That's what Stephen A. wanted.
Yep. That's what Stephen A. wants.
I guess.
Well, I mean,
he's the franchise.
I'd much rather be Wilbon, do one show and sit my ass and play golf all day.
But Wilbon put in years, and like if Wilbon
I know, well, he put in years writing. Basically.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Wilbon's in a different time space where he don't really have to work at the network.
Wilbon does one show a day and he's ghost.
Him and Kornheiser.
Well, Kornheiser has a podcast and a radio show, so he does
always had those two. Yeah,
but he always had those two. But Wilbon does one thing. Again, I don't know what the schedule is, but he does one thing and that's it.
He covers basketball too,
and he's ghost.
Yeah, that's true. When basketball season's up, he's at the finals.
Yeah, he's and he still writes. So
but you can write from anywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah. But we say he does that, and I'm pretty sure at the time when Kornheiser was doing both the radio and podcast, he was probably getting paid more than Michael Wilbon, and Michael Wilbon was just fine with that.
Yeah.
It's all about it's really all about contracts. Because if I'm giving you ESPN I'm giving you $14 million, we are going to make sure that
make that nigga work.
$14 million
between First Take. I think he still has his radio show where he's by himself, right? I think he still does. Then he has his ESPN Plus shit, which he does content for that. And then now they're supposedly gonna start this Avengers super team thing where he wants Magic and Wilbon to do like an NBA countdown / kind of sort of Turner inside the NBA shit.
That ain't gonna work.
It's
not gonna work. Look, as much as I respect Magic does not need to be on that platform.
I agree, 100%.
But
he don't watch enough. He doesn't watch enough. I mean, he watches, maybe whatever games on TV.
Can't say he doesn't watch enough basketball because fucking Charles Barkley.
He watches who he likes.
He watches who he likes. Yeah, he watches whatever. I mean, you're not gonna get in-depth conversation.
They're not the opinions like that I want. So I saw a rumor on one of the sites on Twitter that said they want Draymond Green for part-time. But I think Draymond's just like, fuck you. I mean, he might do it for part-time, but we all know he's waiting for one of those inside jobs to open. Like mostly Charles Barkley. He's waiting for one of those inside jobs. I think he's literally waiting. I think he's going to play until Charles Barkley decides to walk away from inside and then be like, all right, this is my last year, y'all. I got another job lined up.
I mean, Charles, he got what, 3 more years now?
Yeah. Charles been hinting towards retirement forever.
Yeah, Charles is not.
And I don't necessarily. Shaq will do that shit until he fucking can't walk and move no more. Shaq is just gonna chill.
Shaq gonna take it.
Yeah. Shaq is still doing general fucking commercials. No disrespect to the general.
No disrespect.
I just lost the sponsorship.
He's dunking in his Icy Hot commercials.
Icy Hot.
What pissed me off is when
Papa John's.
Papa John's, yeah.
Papa John's.
Come on, my nigga. You know we're not eating Papa John's right now.
And no disrespect to Shaq. Shaq make your money, man.
Make your money, but we're not eating Papa John's right now, Jesse.
All of that he got an investment in.
100%. That's why I think that's why Papa John's wanted them. All right, so we can switch gears to a little bit to talking about what the future of the Jump is. For those who don't know, Rachel Nichols and the Jump have both been kind of sort of terminated, gone, but for some reason Richard Jefferson hosted a couple episodes of the Jump like last week.
Well, yeah, because when she got terminated or removed, they still had like episodes left on the contract.
That's what I figured.
So he still had to host regardless if she was there or not.
I figured that was gonna happen.
They might as well give it to him. I like Richard Jefferson.
No, I like Rich. I even like him on games. He's I like that he's different and he does different shit during broadcasts. Like I'm like every now and then, like if I want my straight just basketball shit, just give me Hubie Brown, give me Doris, You know what I'm saying? That's why I enjoy the switch up with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy with Mike Breen, like, because you get literally the coach side of it, and then you get Mark Jackson doing whatever the fuck he does when he's on there. And then you get like one of the best voices in the game in Mike Breen. But when Richard Jefferson does it, and he's actually he gives you a little play-by-play, but then he also gives you, you know, the stupid funny Twitter shit that happens on the internet, which I think younger viewers, not hard basketball play. Like, I don't like certain people don't need that shit, but like, I understand you're not appealing to the hardcores, you're appealing to the casuals because you want the casuals to keep watching because that's how people stay engaged. Like, you're not appealing to the hardcores.
I mean, it's all about entertainment at the end of the day. So
basically,
it's making the game.
And I think Rich is straight. Rich is straight at it. He's
so
straight.
When you got, you know, Mike, when you got the lead team and Mike Breen and Mark Jackson and
Jeff
Van Gundy. You know, everybody likes to make fun of Jeff Van Gundy like he's dumb or something. Jeff Van Gundy knows. No. That's what I was like. He knows.
I like when he goes when it's a blowout and they go off and talk to the tangents. Yeah. People should enjoy that shit. Like
it's about entertaining. And
it's about entertaining.
Jeff Van Gundy understands that part. My you know, Richard Jefferson gets it too. Yeah. And like you said, when it comes to, you know, Doris Burke or Hubie Brown, you know, they're teaching you the game. Like, that's
they're teaching you the game. Yeah.
It's one of those things. I enjoy listening to them because it's like, all right, now, especially Hubie Brown. Hubie Brown's like, he can break down the game as it's going. He's like, now, see, this man has to set a pick up. That wasn't a hard enough pick. See, that's why it was a bad pass. He's explaining inch by inch why every little thing matters. So it's like, I enjoy that when I, you know, as a person who grew up playing basketball, that's like listening to your coach explain to you why you got to do everything. Like, and so it's one of those things. I enjoy that just as much as the entertaining part. When it's a big time game, yeah, I want to be entertained and Mike Breen on there and given as the voice. So it's all about making the game exciting and fun to watch. So that's why I'm going to be interested to see if they bring Renee Montgomery on because she did a great job there.
She definitely needs to be on some games because I think she needs to be on. She needs to be on regularly somewhere. Because
they're bringing new blood. That's why, you know, with the go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, she's really good. She's really talented. I loved her during the summer league. Mm-hmm. She knows the game. Like, she's relatable to the players. She has that basketball lingo talking. And then break the game out. We need that.
She watches it somebody, like a fan.
We need new blood. We need new blood. We need new blood.
ESPN. Like, stop running the same fucking retreads.
She watches it. I think the good thing about like newer like or play-by-play or commentator, they're watching it like a fan watches it. You know what I mean? When you get Tony Romo's talking like he's watching it like a fan, and it's breaking like it down. Yeah. He breaks it also down as a football player. Renee Montgomery, her reaction is literally like a fan reacting, and then turn around and break down what happened. Like, so it's like that always brings fun excitement to the game, and you know that's also what's gonna you know, change what goes on with like Gus Johnson. Like, I can listen to him make a call every single time. Like, it's one of those things where you got to bring that excitement of what I'm watching at the same time as you watching, and you're reacting the same way I'm reacting. It's like, oh, I enjoy that stuff just as much as I love the breakdown of what exactly happened. You know, so that being said, I don't know what. Clearly, the jump is gone. They already said that show is going to be canceled.
Yeah. So, what do y'all think is going to take the place of it? How you guys think ESPN is going to move into that? So, we didn't talk about in the last thing, and then we can move on to the actual pod or whatever. But Max is actually getting his own show, and it's probably going to take the time slot of Highly Questionable or one of those shows. But what do you guys think is going to happen as far as the jump and how? What do you think they transition to? Because from the rumors, they're saying they still kind of want to do a basketball oriented show. I just don't know how they're going to go about it now.
I think you take how, like, kind of what we've just been, you know, discussing is there's a spectrum of personalities that you can go with. So I see them creating like a show where people who are kind of like reoccurring guests on other shows kind of blend in with that show. So like let's say Kendrick Perkins and Richard Jefferson, like you bring in all of those guys and girls into that setting and have them go at it, kind of a thing. Because I think it's you mix in the new blood with the athletes, with the experienced people, and then you make something happen. I feel like that's probably the best way for them to move with the show.
Yeah. I was thinking, I mean, before I found out that the jump was going to be gone, I just thought they was going to just slide Cassidy into that spot, or maybe Malika, but I think they still kind of want to keep Malika on the sidelines for games and shit. But I don't know. We'll see how that goes, man. You guys ready to get it?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Welcome to episode 87 of Those Millennials Podcasts. I am your highly grateful, highly favored host, K the Classic. I'm here with my Nearest and Dearest, my boys in real life. Jesse's here. What's up, Jess? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How's everything?
Rail's here. What's up, Rail?
We do.
And the people's favorite guest is back. Clips, what's going on? How you feeling, brother?
Oh snap! I didn't know I was the people's favorite.
The people's favorite.
Yes, sir. Yes,
people's
sir.
favorite guest. Hey, man, we did a small poll, and apparently it's you.
Yes, let's go. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out to us, man, for sure. So I'm gonna do something I normally don't do. So we're recording this on a Monday because I always do this in the middle of the pod, which is stupid. We're recording this on a Monday, Labor Day. Happy Labor Day to you guys. Hope you guys are chilling. Hope everybody having some barbecue, kicking their feet up, not doing anything. Hope that's the vibe that everybody got going on today. So Clips is on because obviously we have a very, very music heavy podcast, and Clips makes us a lot smarter on this podcast when it comes to music because he actually creates music, produces music. He does, the man's a Swiss Army knife. So obviously we're talking music on this pod. We're going to talk about Donda. We're going to talk about the new verzuz that was announced between Fat Joe and Ja Rule. But I think it's fitting that we should start with CLB because it's the latest one that come out. But I'm sure we'll jump back and forth between the two. So if you've been sleeping under a rock, obviously, Certified Lover Boy dropped this weekend on Friday. But I'm just gonna call it the emoji album. A lot of stuff has happened on the internet ever since then. I'm sure you guys will hit on some of that, but right now I want to talk about the music. And if you guys want to talk about who got left off this and who dropped this, I'm sure y'all want to throw all that out there. That's fine with me. But right now we can just center on the music aspect. What do you think of Certified Lover Boy overall at first, and what was your first reaction to hearing the album?
Okay, so my first run through with it, I felt like this was one of his better albums in recent times, because I wasn't like a huge Scorpion fan, and that's like the last one that they're considering like his album, like the Dark Lane demo tapes. That doesn't really count, obviously, right. Like the little 3-pack. Right. More Life being a continuation of Views, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So I do feel like for him, he finally really focused on the rapping on an album that he normally doesn't prioritize, but he kept I guess a consistent vibe. So I think that's what he was really going for, is that if you turn it on, you kind of go and make it more cohesive. So that's kind of what I was feeling about it. But I was happy that he took the time to really rap rather than be more subliminal throughout his whole album. So that was my first go through.
Okay. Real?
The first go through, I kind of felt at first.
Wait, I got to wait. I'm sorry. Your first run through Clips, how did you listen? Oh, this is important for when I go to the next album too. How did you listen?
Oh, you know me. I had
like what?
I was on loudspeakers in the room. I was chilling. I did it from start to finish. I'm not a skip around person.
Gotcha. All right, Rail, go. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rail.
No worries.
Same thing. Same question for you. How did you listen, Rail?
On some beats.
Headphones?
Yeah, headphones.
Okay, go ahead.
So, I mean, sonically, I mean, I don't know. I mean, Drake actually, I mean, I can see what you're saying about the subliminal. Like he is kind of punchy heavy on other albums compared to this one. I mean, my favorite personal Drake album is Nothing Was the Same. I just feel like that was his most complete album from beginning to end. It's especially because Drake's, you're not gonna get the full rapping. You also gotta get the singing shit. So you gotta deal with the singing shit to get to the rapping. So it's like this album kind of reminds me more so of Views, where I think it's gonna have to grow on me. You know, I didn't really. There's a lot of tracks where I was like, like, you know, like I don't know. There's just some tracks in there where I mean, I get the angle, I get it, but at the same time, Drake has lanes where he can go out. Like I feel like he was more open and honest on Nothing Was the Same, and hell, even the shit that he put out prior to this from with the Lemon Pepper freestyle, the track with Baby. Yeah, the 3-pack, the dark tape demo lanes. Like, I don't know. Like, I felt like he was coming with a different sound. And like I said, but I don't think it's a bad album. You know, I just think that it's gonna be like in the kind of the ways of Views where over time it's gonna grow on me. There's a lot of lows on this shit that I really like. Like prime example to talk about like the song with Kawhi in the video. I hate that fucking song.
The sexy song, way too sexy.
Yeah.
That's trash.
I think that's a.
I think Future wrote that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about that too.
That shit is trash. But I don't know. It's just overall, I just felt like the album. It's not a bad album. I won't call it trash. I do like it better than Scorpion. I don't like it better than any of pretty much anything that came before Scorpion. I mean, I don't even know if I like it. No, I don't like it better than More Life. I mean, it's a good album. It's gonna have to sit with me. I just, you know, I have my issues with it.
All right, so Jesse's having technical difficulties, so I'm gonna just go ahead and give you my piece. For those who are new to the pod, I'm the same when it comes to this shit. I don't have a review of the album yet because I follow the Jay-Z thing where albums need to stay with you longer than just 2 days or a weekend for me to actually understand it sonically and figure out what the artist was going through. But from what I've heard, and the first time I listened to it, I listened to it on headphones. And I think Drake has a tall task to please. He has to please the masses, unlike pretty much any other artist has ever done, in my opinion. To where not only does he have to, we want, obviously us, and I mean us, we want the bars, we want the rap, we want the punchlines, we want him the boasting. Like that's what we want. Like that's what I imagine what we want. Everybody on this pod wants from Drake. Like if we could get a whole album of something of that, I'm sure we'd be fine with. But then Drake also has to please the people that want his R&B shit. He has to please the women that want his songs where he's talking about his feelings, or he's talking about, you know, his mom. Or
let me interrupt you real quick. I think that is very cliche to think that women only want that.
That's true. That's that. But 100%. Men like it too. But he makes women, but those for women. I mean, I'm talking about
what I'm saying is like
all of us want bars. I would imagine all of us want most of the out of the pie. We want bars.
What I'm trying to say is this isn't like a men versus women thing, or we got to include. Like I'm not trying to be on because I've sat in barbershops for hours that niggas straight up like they love Drake because he talks about his feelings. They love
100%. I feel that, and I'm one of those people too. It's
more expected.
100%
for everybody than just.
I'm just generalizing because I'm trying to get to my point, but I feel what you're saying. So he has those songs again where he talks about his feelings. He talks about, you know, his past and what he's going through now, and how, you know, he's at the top and he still feels lonely, and, you know, all that shit that a certain demographic want to listen to, right? And then, you know, now ever since, you know, I can't even think of the song that he started with, but like, you know,
Champagne, the poetry thing.
Yeah, like he has those songs as well. But then he also has to, you know, he has to please the dancehall side now because he's kind of gotten to that bag, right? Like the song with him,
Rihanna.
like the song with Rihanna, like the the song he got on here with Tim's, like he has to please that demographic too, to where I feel like he has to please so many genres with his music, to where no matter what the general consensus, not everybody's going to be pleased about what he drops. That's why I feel like with Scorpion, he tried to split it off. It's like, yo, I'm going to give you guys the rapping portion right here, right? And then the B-side is just, I'm going to try to please the women and just give whatever you guys considered his R&B in his feelings bag shit. Go ahead, Clipsy. I feel like you was about to say something. Go ahead.
No, what I was gonna say, with Drake, to your point, I don't think it's about him having to please people.
Yeah.
I would say he spread himself very thin over time because he wanted to be a part of every
genre. Yeah. So he wanted to be a part of all these genres.
Yeah, so he was wave riding, and you can only surf so long before you come back to shore, and you got to do what you got to do. So I think that's kind of what happened with him.
Yeah. And again, that makes that sense, but he's really good at those songs, right? Like,
no
Controller,
doubt.
like anytime Controller's on, that shit hit, right? Like anytime, what's the other one? I like your style. That one, like, he has like all these songs that resonates with those people that likes these songs, right? And they want music from him too. So, like, I get it that his plate is full, to where like nobody's gonna be pleased. But my opinion, I agree with Rail though. Like, if I'm just gonna piggyback over Rail said, for my first listen, I might be like 3 listens in total, like full listens. I do feel like this, like, views where my first run of views, I was like, wow, Drake, what the fuck is this? This is some depressing, slow, methodic shit. I'm not fucking with this. But while this music is more upbeat, and obviously he's talking about women and a whole bunch of shit, I do feel like this one's gonna have to grow on me. There are songs that I fucking love already and I already added to playlists and shit, where I was like, okay, I already know what this one's gonna do, but like, what about this one? So obviously I need for it to sit on me pause. I need this to sit with me for a little longer. I need this to sit with me a little longer for me to appreciate this. But like, there's some songs I already like 100% appreciate. I wrote down some real notes, like Oh
wait, before you get in there, let me jump in.
Oh, go ahead.
Go
ahead, Jeff.
I'm curious about what Jesse has to say about it.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I disagree with a lot what you're saying with he has to please, but
okay, let's hear this.
I think Clips clarify what I believe what it really is.
The wave riding thing. He just rolled some waves.
I think it's. I'll get to that in a second. All right. Okay. So first listen, headphones.
Okay.
It was kind of like hard to like switch over from Kanye over to Drake. I will say this.
We'll talk about that more.
I will say this. I have to start it off with this. I probably should have went first, but I was having Wi-Fi.
I feel like you're about to take a huge jump on this. Keep going though.
Instability. I was having Wi-Fi instability. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not going to treat it like I treated Scorpion. Everybody knows how I felt about Scorpion. For me, personally, I'm not the hugest Drake fan. I respect Drake. I appreciate what
I always forget that. Continue though.
But
how could you forget that? He's always said every time I think about Drake.
I always forget. I just forget. Like I just like, you know, it's crazy. I remember things that I remember about Jesse. I remember Jesse's always late, and I remember he doesn't like cheesecake. Like those are the first things in my head that I remember about Jesse.
I remember he don't like Drake and Victorville.
Hey man, leave Victorville alone.
I never like I anyways. That being said, I think it's a solid album. My feeling about it is like and this is somebody who's, and this is why I appreciate y'all opinions first, because this is somebody who doesn't really listen to him, so it's going to be very broad in like what I'm saying, and I don't, when you guys say it's like, he's more personal. To me, a lot of the things that he was saying, a lot of things he's doing, a lot of everything he does, he did it very well. But a lot of songs were like, I feel like he made better versions.
40 did his thing on this album as far as production. 40, I mean, but that's nothing.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, fam.
You don't know? There's some songs you don't know?
I don't know about what 40 did on this. It's a lot of weird.
We can talk about production after.
Okay, gotcha.
I would say that this is where I'm getting at throughout it all. I feel like he's made better versions of a lot of these songs. That's what I'm trying to say. Is like when you sit there and listen to some of these songs, and this is why I'm like, I know when I want to listen to Drake, what I'm gonna get from Drake, and I know that it's like I can listen to the song. Each song that came on, it's like, oh, this is gonna be this kind of song. Like it did not make me feel like I was getting something new.
Oh, you distinguish it by how he says "yeah" at the beginning of the
song.
No,
it's not even that. It's like as soon as the beat starts, as soon as everything starts, it's like I know exactly what I'm getting from the song. I know the exact kind of song.
Is that a bad thing though?
It's not. That's what I'm trying to say. Here's what I'm trying to. My biggest point is, if that's the way he wants to stay there, where it's like, to me, it's like it's a lack of. A lot of it is like he didn't take a lot of chances with songs. Like that's
okay.
That's
so if you want to get into there, then I can say something about that. But yeah, 100%.
Innovation wise, you call yourself the GOAT. You want to be the best. You're at the top. Innovation wise, to me, you got to bring at least taking chances on certain songs, doing something. If you're wave writing. Like we appreciate.
He's competing against himself, though, right? Like, don't you think he's competing against himself a whole lot? Like,
I'm about to have a conversation with somebody that was competing with himself a lot of other times.
Okay, go ahead.
Was innovative on
sure
6 albums.
Oh man.
Like and so that's what I'm like. We about to go into something where it's
okay. Go.
We can say this about somebody, and it's like, but what I'm trying to say is like, Drake has found his complete lane. He knows exactly who he is as an artist, and when it comes to that wave writing stuff, I feel like he just is reaching a point where he knows like this is good enough. And that's how I felt. Does it knock the album? No. It's everything I'm gonna say. It sounds like I'm knocking the album. No, it's if you ask me how many, I listened to the album twice. Today was like when I really listened to it when I was in the gym, and that's when I really like tune into music because I try to lock in and focus. And it's like I can hear the, you know what I mean? I understand like today's like music that he's doing that. I just felt there was a lack of innovation with what he was doing. That's where I felt as an artist, at least when he's wave writing, I'm going to go try to do this. I'm going to try to do that. And to me, he didn't, it's either he stretched himself too thin trying to be all around, or he doesn't know the next thing.
I think
that's what I feel about
it. Might be a combination of those two. Go ahead, Clips.
No, I was going to say, kind of to touch up on that, I think this is going to go back to where y'all started to kind of go with the production.
Mm-hmm.
His production with 40 keeps him relatively consistent to the style of music that he can make. I don't like 40 does those type of samples where it's like, he's gonna get some song from the 90s that Drake really fucks with, very heavy, throw that
or from songs from the 80s that like I'm So Sexy.
Yeah, right. And then put it in a pocket where Drake can rap over it, then get that switch up where it's like, there ain't gonna be no hook, and he does something way different, and then pushes it in. If every time you have a song that kind of feels and sounds like that, it doesn't show that Drake is actually making the growth as a rapper, as an artist. So I think some of his production should include other producers, other beat makers that isn't just 40 weighted, just because 40 kind of, I think, weighs him down a little bit. Wasn't
this the same issue a lot of us and Clips? I don't don't know how you feel about this, but me, Jesse, and Rel talked about this. We felt like this was the same issue with Cole for a long time, because he was the person that created and did his own beat, that a lot of his music sounded the same for a very, very long time until he started venturing out and got different, producers and actually started getting the features and shit. Do you think
I agree.
Is it? Do you think that is a reason why?
Yeah.
In your opinion, okay.
Yeah, and I mean, look, the same situation that could be applied to a lot of our favorite lyricists. Like, it took us forever to feel like Nas didn't pick terrible beats, right? Mm-hmm. It took us a long time to respect that Eminem can rap over any type of beat, and when he finally got newer beats, then it was like, okay, you're not trying to do the same shit. You're showing people that you can move with the times. Even Jay had to go through that process a few times where it was like, all right, bro, we need something else. So I think that shows a sign of greatness.
So you just named four three goats right now. So like you're not saying anything.
But their ability to adapt and
you're I'm comparing you to goats. That's and we just talked about their innovation and how they grew.
I remember when Eminem, it was like a running joke when we were younger, like Eminem couldn't make a party song, and I was just like, well, he doesn't do that. And then Smack That came out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, Eminem don't got that in his bag, and I was like, okay, Akon just showed you that he has it in his bag if he wanted to. If he wanted to do this shit, he could do this shit.
So there's that, and I mean, and also going back to the different styles of Drake, because he has multiple styles, and I think this is why the next topic, as we move even into Kanye, is going to help us kind of blend the comparisons of the two, because they shown us over decades and plus that in order for them to hit their range, they have to be very left of what everybody else is doing. So how Drake is able to bring in more features now and highlight people, give people 16s when he's doing an 8, and then a bridge kind of thing, and it's like, is this Drake's song or their song? Like it's kind of like
that was my thing for the longest.
Also,
but,
I also want to add one last thing, is that I with Drake in this album, it's kind of like you put all these features on here, and it's like, I don't know if your production level has enough to produce that kind of album. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have great production, but you got a lot of features on it. But it's like, if I rather hear a song where it's just featuring you and your production, I don't know if I want, like, it was good, but also some lulls in it, because it's like you have all these features that are coming in after 5 albums, and it's like, so when you're at this level, it's kind of like you're just making the beats, and you're just cooking the shit now, and everybody come eat off of it. But at the same time, Drake, I don't think you're in a position yet to have an album like that with all these features, but you need to be still kind of showing your range. Like, for 5 albums, you still got shit to prove. Like, I don't feel like you're at a range where you like, okay, I'm only doing 1 8. I'm doing.
Wait, you still think Drake got stuff to prove?
Yeah. Drake says it. He openly says that.
I feel like
I'm sure he feels like that.
I mean, as far as album,
I feel like all greats.
Album wise, I mean, this is on his 5th studio album. I do.
Okay.
I mean,
you want to go into individual songs? Which ones you like?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go to. So, verse. What do you guys think is the best? Who has the best verse in which song? For you guys is the best?
I'm gonna say, Jay has the best verse
on the album.
I think Jay-Z's verse is better. Like, of the features, I think Jay's verse is
of features. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that Jay's verse is the best verse on the album. My guilty pleasure song of the album, of the features, might be the one with him and Kid Cudi, because I did not see that coming. I actually like that I Miss You 2 track. I was like, oh shit, this is actually fire. Like, to get both of them, doing a thing in the singing pocket and rap kind of thing. I was like, they actually blend very well together. So that's my guilty pleasure song of the album. But if I had to say my favorite song on the album, feature wise, it's probably, what is it, Night Party with him and 21 and Project Pat. I like that.
I like that song too. And I was is that the one? Is that the one that sounds like a strip club anthem song towards the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was like, that one's gonna hit in the strip club. I was like, that one's not for my headphones. That one's gonna go up in the club. That was not for my little measly headphones. For me, and then you guys can go. I think I don't know what Wayne been on lately, but Wayne destroyed his fucking verse.
Finally, fuck.
On You Only Live Twice, and my favorite song probably. Can I talk about a song I don't like?
Yeah, please be my guest.
I think Fair Trade sucks, but I think people like Fair Trade just because of the line that everybody's fucking gonna go with, where he says, "I've been losing friends and gaining peace." I think that song sucks. To be honest with you, I'm cool. I don't know what it is. I'm cool off of the Drake and Travis. He didn't need Travis on that song. He didn't need Travis on that song.
But
he didn't need Travis on that song.
I know they have a huge hit song together.
Like that song is gonna stream forever just because of the quotes. And I already seen.
But
it sounds real misogynistic. I already seen y'all females with that quote in y'all fucking captions already, all over the fucking internet. Like I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, this is gonna be a big song just because of the quote. It's like that's the quote of the album right there, where it's like I've been losing.
I'm gonna say this about Travis Scott and Drake. I know they're gonna have hit songs together, but I really don't think they mesh well together. Like, like even the hit song they had before, I was like, if Drake's not on that track, I don't think.
Yeah,
it's a whole different like I wanted Drake.
Talk about Sicko Mode.
Yeah, I just wanted Drake's version to be the whole song. Like that's
I like that song. No, I like the way they did that song. I can't like the fact that he. I like what he did. I like what he did.
Like that's what I can say. Like that could have been anybody, but after what Drake did on that song, it was kind of like.
That's true.
Because it was that song how
it's
literally split for where Travis is rapping. It's literally made for Travis, and the other
exactly. That's kind of like. It's cool. I like the song overall, but so songs that stand out to me, obviously 7 a.m.
Talk about that.
7 a.m. Up early. Why is he always up so early?
You gotta get on that, that G5 or whatever he's on now. Okay, so this is the hard part about me because. Like I said, there's songs where I'm like, I feel like I heard better versions of these when he does this. Obviously, Love All is a good song. I don't know, man. Like, I like In Too Deep. I hate Pipe Down.
Whoa! What's wrong with Pipe Down?
I hate Pipe Down. Like, I really.
Wow. Okay.
Different.
You know what song made me
now that I look at this, like there's a lot of songs
actually like Pipe Down is actually like my top 3 tracks on it.
Yeah, I was like, Pipe Down's hard.
Like, okay, there's a song, there's Poppy's song. I don't know what it is. It makes me feel
Way Too Sexy can go away though. Like, but I also feel like that song's gonna be on the radio and it's gonna get plays. It's gonna be so stupid. It's gonna be the stupid song.
Listen to
it's gonna be like Hotline. Remember the first time you were Hotline Bling? It was like this shit is never gonna work.
This is actually like the third time. I was like, okay, this beat is gonna be like, this beat is going to save this song completely because
they'll start making TikToks, which they already started having. That shit's gonna go up.
It's already hit the club, bro. They already.
It's gonna be stupid.
Even
stupid.
As a song, as lyrics, everything, it's just it's weak. But Poppy's Home, I don't know. I feel like I knew what you were trying to do.
I like that.
Also, just felt weird.
Not gonna lie. I like that. I like Nicki talking shit. I don't know what it's about that track. I like it.
I know what you're doing there, but it's also kind of like, I don't know if it really meshed with the sample he used. Like it just, I don't know. It felt weird. But overall, I don't know. I would just say this: a lot of his features did not enhance like the songs he was making. It just seems like you just had people on the song. That's what I'm like. There's a lot of people I'm just like.
He didn't need Giveon in the Bible. Like there's a lot of extra fat where he could have cut off. Like no disrespect to Giveon because I actually like Giveon. Giveon's cool, but I don't feel like
an hour and 26 minutes to.
Yeah, I don't feel like you needed Giveon in the Bible. I'm cool off. I'm gonna tell y'all, marriage. I'm cool off too. I'm cool unless they drop another. What a Time to Be Alive. I'm cool off Drake and Future.
No,
I'm cool.
that's their
I've had
plan.
enough.
That's their plan.
Okay, I've had enough of this tandem. Unless they drop a project, I've had enough. I'm cool.
Usually they strike gold though. This is one of the rare times they don't. They usually strike gold on 90% of the shit they got. This is the first one. This is the first time I've actually like, nah, Future, this ain't it.
And then Yebba's Heartbreak. That I feel like that song should have been longer. That sounds like an interlude. That one I was listening to that. I was like, this one's actually
straight. If you're not up on Yebba, she's fire.
She's straight? Okay, yeah. That one's fucking dope.
Check
I mean, he always had fire interludes. I mean,
he always puts you on a new artist. That's one thing I will give Drake on his new album. He always puts a new artist on.
Put me up on Georgia Smith for my life.
Yeah, it just goes with the wave writing.
Yeah.
All right. So before we move into Ye, I got one last question for you guys.
Let me get my best. Let me get my best.
Oh yeah. I thought you did. My bad. Go ahead.
I'll go real quick. The best feature, it's between Jay and Dirk. I like Dirk verse, so I'm gonna go with Jay though, because that shit was pretty nice. And I think the best track on here is Jesse really shitted on me with that Pipe Down.
Like what the hell?
Like Pipe Down. I didn't like Pipe Down. I listened to Pipe Down like 4 times. I did not like it.
I'm gonna
because people liked it. I was just like, I am not feeling this song.
I'm just gonna say miss you. I miss you too, probably, because it's between that and I like Champagne Poetry, even though I didn't like it at first. But I'll probably be between.
Yeah, I have to go back and listen to that.
Drake knows how to start album and finish album, because I like the Remorse 2. If you listen to it, like it's a perfect encapsulation of the entire album, basically. Mm-hmm. All right, so was it Jesse? Jesse hit on it. So I told Rel this, and I know Clips and Jesse, you guys are probably prepared for this. So my bad. This is my fault as a host. I apologize. Since Drake did another timestamp song, I thought it'd be best for us to rank. He has 5 now. His timestamp songs. Which one do you think have his best timestamp song and from worst? So I'm gonna just say the ones that he has out. 9 a.m. in Dallas, 5 a.m. in Toronto, 6 p.m. in New York, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, and now then 7 a.m. on a Bridal Path.
Oh fuck, man!
Mind you, there is no bad answer. Go ahead,
5 a.m. in Toronto is the best one.
Okay,
that's the Big Sean diss. That's the Big Sean diss. So yeah, I like that one. That one can go hard.
Drake diss another person.
I feel like all of them.
You didn't know that was a Big Sean diss?
No, I didn't even know that was a Big Sean diss, but it doesn't surprise me with Drake.
So that was the Big Sean diss. I think that is the best one.
I think that like because how he's barring up in that one, I definitely feel like it's the best. But the 4 a.m. in Calabasas, that one's
hard too. That one's hard too. The 4 a.m. in Calabasas. There's no bad answer. The only one that's bad is because it sounds outdated. Is the 9 a.m. in Dallas? It just sounds dated because it's the first one and it just sounds dated.
Yeah. I guess just like the first one that came to mind was 4 a.m. So
yeah.
I mine would go 4 a.m. and then I like 7
4 a.m. in Calabasas.
Yeah.
Like there's no bad answers. Like all the beats are crazy.
Yeah.
All the flow, like he's all on all the pockets and flows he found in all those shits is fucking insane and crazy as shit. Like they're all fucking.
The one where it was like that. Well, 7 a.m. was the one where it was like for me. Obviously, Champagne Poetry was cool. But that was the one for me where it's like, yeah, see, I can't knock Drake because like anything that you try to say bad about Drake as a rapper, I was like, he's
like, here you go.
Gives you a smart word.
Insert where I bar you up where I can show you that I'm as good as anybody y'all got.
I don't know if he that whole song. I kind of.
I think that's why he did No Friends in the Industry.
That one was hard too. I like that one too.
Yeah, so it's like he always gives us the songs where it's like I can do this rap shit, but yeah, so he that's why I will never ever knock him as a rapper. Never knock him as a rapper. A lot of people try to do this thing where it's like, of course Drake's a great, and he's like when what's his name Trey try to say when are we gonna start saying that like. Drake has surpassed Jay, and I'm like, the only argument people can use is like how many hit songs Drake has, and I'm like, you guys got to understand one thing that happened there is Drake came in to hip hop or into the music industry and was able to go straight pop and be in the pop platform versus Jay-Z, who had to build towards that and also open that door for Drake. So when you sit there and try to put numbers against each other, it does not work. That's like trying to like put numbers against like, oh,
he'll wrestle against anybody.
He has better.
Drake became the king of streaming.
To have better numbers than that.
And Jay fucking invented streams. I mean, with Tidal. I mean, the nigga bought the streams. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's levels. You know,
it's one of those things where it's like you're supposed to be. If you're going by numbers, it's supposed to be better. We have a 17 game football season. 4 quarterbacks should be throwing there's gonna be a quarterback that throws for 6,000 yards because he got another game. Like that's like numbers are supposed to get better once you enhance, everything enhances itself. So it's like you can't necessarily go off of those two things. You know what I mean? So off of numbers. But
you can't pass up another rapper who's on the same song as you if you don't out rap them.
And how many songs has Jay done this to him? It's like
you keep getting
like 1 for 7 on this?
Yeah. He tore his ass up on Pound Cake.
He's sunning him every time. He's like,
So I'm like, what is like Drake is like 1 for 7 against Jay when it comes to this. Putting him on the track. Like
by the way, Trey Young, you're an idiot. Continue though.
I don't know if he's an idiot. I don't know if he's like
it's reference point. It's reference point.
My thing is, I don't understand. I never understand this thing of like I listen to the album for 5 minutes and let me make it a like I have to be the first to say.
I told you I hate that shit. That's why I remember used to do it, but I hate that shit. I hate anybody that goes and plays one song and then immediately have to go to the internet and be like, oh, this song is the greatest song of all time after it's like this album just came out 10 minutes ago, bro.
Here's another thing I'm gonna say before we move on, and this is gonna be like taken the wrong way. So let me preface everything I'm about to say again. There's where people like to do it. They did it to Nas, where you can say about his beat selection and everything. Do it to J. Cole. If you guys say J. Cole is boring, and I listen to this album, and Drake does similar stuff from previous albums, how the fuck do you not say Drake is boring too? Because he does the same shit. And I'm not saying Drake is boring. This is not me saying that. I'm saying, how can you ever come to
You're talking to the people that call J. Cole boring.
You want to know why?
Anybody boring. Call anybody boring. That says the baby has the same flow. That says this person does this the same. Says this about this person. If you are sitting there telling me that this is the problems you have with an artist, and Drake does what he does, you are bullshitting. You just want to make an excuse on why you don't like somebody.
Jesse. Yeah. It's reference point. It's reference point. So you got to look at it this way. All of the people who say that, how have they been introduced to those artists? Right?
True.
So whatever single one of those artists had, like J. Cole at the beginning, no, he was a little more on the misunderstood side, especially like in the Born Sinner days, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh yeah, he's boring in comparison to somebody like Drake. His reference point was he crossed straight over into commercial consumerism hip hop, and everybody was digesting it. So I think it's just reference point. And half of the people, Jesse, I'm so sorry that half those people, maybe 75% of those people, more than half, don't listen to whole albums. They listen to seconds and say, I don't like this, and treat that shit like a fucking
they hop on Twitter and they see what everybody says and they be like, oh, okay, well, this is a song
for 5 minutes.
Song that I have to talk about. That's what I'm saying. That's why I hate that shit, bro. I hate that shit. It's the same thing about like all this shit goes back to basketball where it's like people don't watch hoop no more. Like they don't watch full games. They watch it and consume it off the internet, off of what insert internet NBA Twitter basketball person that's talking about the game. They don't even sit and watch the games anymore. They're just sit and watch whatever on Twitter, what people say about the game. Okay. All right. So enough of CLB. We're gonna move on to Donda.
Hey, Donda. I don't want her showing up in my house.
Donda. Candyman. Clips, we're gonna start with you again. This one we've had longer to consume because it came out on a Sunday. So yeah, what you think about Donda and how did you listen to Donda off rip?
Well, off rip, I listened to it when it first dropped. It was in my room. I said, "Hey Alexa, drop the album. That's what she did.
Okay.
Man. So, damn, fucking Donda. At the very beginning, before all of this happened, I got on my Twitter and I told everybody that these two albums were going to be the battle of who has the best features. I knew that off rip, just knowing Kanye and how he works, and knowing Drake and how he works. But Donda, to me, I was impressed, and the reason why I was impressed because we had been waiting on Yandi, and that was just like a super hype train, right? When we got Jesus is King, we didn't really know how to take it. So I felt like he with Donda figured out how to make the rapping and the gospel be Kanye, because he did a lot of shit on here that I was like, whoa, I haven't heard you make a track like this in a minute. I thought the idea of getting people to rap and do their verses and then radio editing it and wasn't saying bad words was kind of genius. I think this was his album where he actually, like, I thought 808s was when he was like, I'm grieving the loss of my mother and it's over. I felt Donda, he finally like really let all of that out. And so that's why I was like, he used the content to show what his mom taught him and now where he's at through all of the years of shit that was going on. He brought up a lot of different things. So I thought overall he reestablishes like Kanye's kind of back. Obviously, you're not gonna get that version that everybody wants back him, but he says this is the new me, and this is where and I'm moving forward with this version. So I really like the album. One of my favorite songs on the album is Jonah. I really like that. I thought he gave Dirk the perfect space to talk about Von's death, and on a track like that, it really fucking worked. Arguably the best song on the album might be Pure Souls. And I think just because Roddy just tore that thing up, and obviously, you know, he gave us an album and then he gave like all those part twos are just like bonus songs. So I like the fact that on Jail Part 2, he recruited DaBaby and Marilyn Manson, who had priors, and let them be on that record. But I think he just was really smart with how he utilized some of the features. Production always from him is just ridiculous. So
he's the new engineer too, apparently.
Mike Dean.
Yeah, he's the new engineer for this project.
Yeah, Mike Dean is like, he's a super heavyweight in the EDM world. So
Mike Dean been cooking for Ye for a minute though.
Yeah. And I mean, but overall, yeah, I mean, I got other things to say, but overall, I did like the album.
Real?
Overall, I mean, yeah, it's not really gonna be much to say. I think the album was good. I really liked it. First time I listened to it, it was I didn't like me with Kanye when he drops an album. Like I don't like listening to the lyrics first, if that makes sense. Like I like hearing the beats first. So the first time I listened to it, I try to just tone out whatever the fuck anybody else is saying, because I just try to listen to the production of it, try to understand it. And I also paid $235 for the Yeezy sound, and I want my shit to ship, yay. I paid $235 plus shipping, man. I get to customize any fucking song I want. So I paid for the Yeezy sound, but I do think overall, I think the album's incredible.
Do you have the time to customize a song any way that you want? Like, listen to right. That's what I always wonder. I was like, Kanye is expecting older people that got jobs and all this shit. Must have.
It also serves as a speaker. I mean, and you can spin it anywhere you want to. You didn't like the Yeezy sound? The Yeezy Tech shit that came out? That shit was hot.
If I was 17, I would love it.
And also Fortnite.
And Fortnite, oh no.
But,
go ahead.
But no, just overall, I just think the album it fit more better with the production, with the message he was trying to do. I'm very, 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 very heartbroken that Life of the Party was not put on this album. But overall, I just think this is Ye's most personal album. Like, I really think that this is more in depth than College Dropout when he fucking talked about the accident. I think this is just more personal Because like I mean, not only is he speaking to his mother, he's speaking to his wife. It's a lot of shit going on. So that's why I say you can't even compare the fucking albums. Like one is like heaven and hell. It's like he's like one dude is misogynistic, talking about all the women.
Yeah, that's why I said anybody that compares albums, that's trash. You can't compare the albums. You can't compare.
They don't even make sense to me.
You can't even put them together because, and I'm gonna just take this from you, Ro. Like Kanye created a whole new genre to me. Like did like what Clips hopped on and said like right now, like he literally made mainstream gospel. Not that gospel isn't mainstream. Don't take me wrong. But he created a whole new lane with gospel music with this album. I don't even know what to fucking call this shit. I'm sorry to call it shit. I don't know what to call this.
I mean, I don't know what to call this genre of music.
Niggas said worse on the album. God afterwards.
No, like there's nothing, and it's similar to what Clip said about 808s. There is nothing that sounds like this, and there probably will be nothing that sounds like this
ever.
I don't know what. Apparently, all that time in Wyoming paid off for this nigga because he had to get through all the other stuff again. And everybody knows me when I haven't listened to Kanye since Life of Pablo. I haven't turned on anything, so nothing from. I haven't consumed anything. Kids See Ghost.
I've slept on, bro.
I haven't heard anything from Kanye.
That Jesus King slept on.
Since Life of Pablo, and I think this is better than Life of Pablo. If you ask me, again, I had more time to sit with this one, so I can definitely say I think this is better than Life of Pablo.
It is.
For me, it's 27 songs, so it's long as fuck, right? But
hour 48.
But some of these aren't songs, like. The Donda chant isn't a song. That's an interlude. We should have just put an interlude on it. But everybody, if you want to claim that Universal dropped this without Kanye's intention, then maybe that was a problem. Maybe that was on Universal. And
that's bullshit.
I will say this, Kev. First and foremost, don't believe what everybody's what they're saying. I'm talking about Rel. Number two, as much as you could say that Donda is not a track. Jail 2 is 10 minutes. Like it's like there's.
I said those are the extra songs.
Donda's like Donda chat isn't a song.
He could have added 5 more minutes of Donda.
I'm mad he took that song off.
It's one of those.
Donda isn't a song either. Like it's not a song either. It's like interlude.
It was originally a track with Pusha T, and he took him and Pusha off that track. Yeah, I don't get, but this is what you have to deal with when you're
it's not. And I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I've never seen Kanye in concert, and I've listened to this in headphones, and I'm sure all the people that went to his listening parties got to experience this. But I need to hear Jail in a fucking arena. Like I need to experience that with professionally sound quality music. Like I need to experience that with high definition sound system because I know that shit sounds fucking amazing. Because when I we just got a new whip at the house. When I put it in the Lexus, right, the shit sounded fucking incredible.
Well, Kanye makes stadium music.
It sounded heavenly, like it sounded incredible. I need to hear that in some kind of stadium setting because that sounded incredible. All right, Jess, we talked a whole lot. You're the fourth leg. I know you, so you can run with the ball. Finish it out. Well, your thoughts and what do you feel about Donda, bro?
I like you have not listened to Kanye in a while. I think the last thing I listened to Kanye was him and Kid Cudi's.
Ever listen to Kids See Ghosts?
Kids See Ghosts, which I openly said that should have just been a Cudi album. Is what Kanye was doing. We could talk about that another day.
No, because I'm gonna want to fight. So we shouldn't talk about that.
About what?
Because I'm gonna want to fight. I'm gonna want to fight.
Right about what exactly?
No. I'm good.
Right about what exactly?
See, we might have to jump you, bro.
Because he doesn't.
Okay, cool. Before we do that, you guys gonna have to give me like 2 memorable lines that Kanye had on there. like just give me 2, and then I will just get drunk.
You just have to see them perform it live. I seen them perform it live.
That album is incredible.
I would have loved to just see Kanye be a DJ for the day and let Cudi do everything. Just let Kanye can just sit there and say yeah or whatever. He can stand out there with his mask like he's been doing. Like I don't give a fuck. Like just let Cudi do all the singing and that's it. That being said, it's pleasantly nice to listen to Kanye and listen to him focused in, and I'm not going to compare this to anything else because the height of Kanye is unmatched. Like, it's matched by other great artists, but it's like, to compare it to his height, it's like one of those things where you're making it impossible. Same thing like we were talking about with Drake. But it did take me 2 listens, like for a lot of songs, but it was mostly because I haven't listened to Kanye in a while. And this is New Ye, so I had to get used to New Ye versus like what I'm used to from past. But that being said, it's creative. Nobody like. There's one thing you could never take away from Kanye. It's production. He has always been amazing at that, and he's always found new, innovative ways to do production, new, innovative ways to listen to for you to listen to his sound. And there was no like change in that in this album. I find it hard to call it gospel, but it's his gospel, is what I would say. It's his spiritual album. I like to say it's more of a spiritual album.
It's gonna be in the gospel genre for like awards, so that's why I called it gospel.
Of course, yeah. I think a lot of people are calling it.
It's gonna be in. There's no cussing on the album at all. It's gonna be in the pocket of gospel.
No cussing doesn't make it not gospel.
True.
It doesn't make it gospel, is what I was. But with that being said, I thought, unlike Drake, I thought the features actually enhanced a lot of the songs. I thought that it was, there was some great like verses on there, and to hear.
Besides, can I cut you off? Besides the Locks one,
really?
No, I like the song. No, that song goes up, but it doesn't. You think it
was? That was the problem. It was one of those things where it was like Kanye saw the verses like, yo, Jada, get out here. Like you could tell that they were just thrown in there, but it also just sounded like they heard the beat on the phone and they rapped to it like that. I do think that I will say for them and Jay Electronica,
no, they spit that.
Like a lot of the songs, they actually stayed on topic of what the song was about. Versus
Jay Elect had the best, in my opinion. He had the best verse on the album. Like Jay Elect did his shit.
That's not to knock other rappers, but it was like this is what the song is called. This is what I was going for, and they actually stuck to that versus a lot of other rappers, but that doesn't take away what others did. I just thought that I personally thought that for me, Kanye has moved away from being lyric heavy, where it's like you really gotta like I'm gonna like give you some metaphors, touch on all that stuff. I think he's just talking to you now. Like it's still in the rap form. I still think it's everything, but he's just saying that I'm just gonna talk. Like he's still gonna have some metaphors on there. But I'm just gonna whatever I'm going through, whatever I feel, I'm just gonna talk, which is who Kanye is. And I thought that worked out for him on a few tracks. Here's what I will say. I don't like when he's doing other people's flow. I wish just some songs I'm gonna do Kanye on my track. And I know that kind of goes hard with like probably his production or what he's going for, but like for me it's just like I just would prefer you just to rap normally like how you go. But that is also me not listening to Kanye in a while. So I guess I just have to adjust to that. But overall, like, Jail is one I instantly like Jail, and that was before Jay came on the track. I just instantly liked it. I love the song with Griselda. Like, my problem was like, first and foremost, you clearly cut their verses short because they had like a lot more to say, and it seemed like you cut their verses short. And that kind of like, that's one of those times where I guess now that we know that Kanye does this thing, that he cuts verses.
But he's been doing that though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now that we know that he does this, it's so like it's like, fuck, you can tell they had a lot.
Keep My Spirit Alive is the same in the song.
Yeah, and you could tell they had a lot more to that.
He's been doing that since
from the first album. He's been doing that. Yeah, so
because you know who taught him that? Jay and Guru.
So like, I my thing is just like, I that's the thing that sucks. Like Rel said before, it's like, damn, I wish if we get the full verse of some of these guys, you can tell that they were just gone. But if it doesn't fit what Kanye is trying to do, he got them on there. Like for that Jesus song with the Locks, the first, like, part one is dope to me. Part two just made it better. I just felt like the Locks just didn't, they didn't get enough time with the song. I think that it would have like meshed a lot better if they got a little more time with the song, but I didn't dislike their verses.
Well, I feel like he should have let Jada and Styles do that 1-2 punch thing on there that they do, and then let Sheik have an 8. Like, so them do that too. So they have 4s and then he has 8. And the song wouldn't be so long because I think he gave each one of them like between an 8 and a 16 to do it, and the song came out like super long.
Yeah. I feel like it came out that way because I believe after verses they flew straight to wherever where was he, in Atlanta at that time?
Atlanta, yeah.
I think they flew straight to Atlanta, did the verses, and then flew back. So it was like, there's no way that they really had that much time to really like make a great song or do what they do great. And I agree with you. It would have been lovely to have them do that, like to go from J Electronica, then have them do that back and forth flow, because I love when they do that. And then to put Sheik in there for like just towards the end, like Sheik continue one of their flows off to that, but that takes time. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Exactly. So, but that being said, I will say this: it is one of Kanye's. What I didn't say about Drake, and I'm gonna hold on to that, but Kanye put a lot of effort into this and took his time and really, really made something that he wanted to speak about his life, but also just spiritually get out everything he's feeling, how he's felt. He's still getting over his mother's death, and I thought that was excellent. I thought he did a great job at that. Do I think it's a overall excellent album? No. But it is an album that I can go to and listen to. I don't know if it's better than The Life of Pablo. I don't know. I kind of feel like I still gotta listen to it for a while, but I think it's on par with The Life of Pablo. But I also felt like The Life of Pablo was an album where it's like, Kanye's starting to.
All right, before we move on, so standout tracks for everybody and standout verses. I already basically said, for me anyway, I think Jay Elect had the best verse on the album, and my favorite song is Jesus Lord, obviously, but another one for me that grew on me, what's it called, Off the Grid.
Yeah,
I don't know why I like Off the Grid.
Yeah, the best verse.
Why do I like this song?
Hey, can
we talk? And then just like I did on again, I'm not comparing the two. I'm gonna talk about songs that I did not need at all. God Breathe on This can go away, and he could have left that.
Oh my
Yeah,
he could have left that.
What?
He could have left that off the album.
Not necessarily the song, it's the hook. God, like
You could have left that somewhere on the side.
like I wish he just did that once and then had something else
Yeah, he could have left.
to keep
Could've
going.
left that
Breathe on. I didn't like that.
Could have left that off.
To follow,
you don't like how God
I
breathed
like
on that track.
huh?
He said, "I don't like how God breathed. We don't like how God breathed on that track." Okay, bro. All right.
That's crazy.
I also don't feel like Jesus is gonna bail Kanye out of jail either. But we can keep it moving.
Sometimes you got to put it in the Lord's head and let him be faithful with it. You know.
See, Kev, you ain't thinking all the way.
So this
This
nigga's
is
gonna
gonna bail him out.
So he
You
just
don't
gonna
have
bail him out, huh? He's gonna just bail him out. All right,
I'm
bro.
just saying,
All right,
Kev,
my
when he
man.
says that, it's just sometimes
You
gotta put it
gonna
in
be
God's
sitting
hands.
for a long time in the clink, brother.
Sometimes you got to put that sentence in God's hands. It's out of yours. You know.
You gonna be sitting in the clink for a minute, just waiting. Anybody else got standout songs?
My favorite song is Junior Wata. Is that how you say it?
Junior Wata did not be. No.
Junior Wata, I be on my roots. Oh my goodness.
That was a cool song.
That one, and then that Lauryn Hill sample that he sampled that shit years ago. I didn't even think he was gonna put that track out. Those are my two favorite tracks because you get that Lauren sample with Ye in 2021. That's just a movie.
I thought we were gonna get another Lord verse. I was like, oh shit, Kanye must have made the call after he heard Nas got a verse.
Wave riding. Kanye didn't have enough money like Nas. I'm just playing. I'm kidding.
I think the worst track.
Don't you ever?
I'm kidding.
The worst track on the album to me, probably just the Donda intro.
That's not a song. We're not counting that.
Oh, well then I don't count any bad songs.
All right.
I think
I'll go back. Coach, please tell us if there's any bad songs on the table. Man, he's such a liar.
He didn't need to have that Pop Smoke track. That Pop Smoke.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Didn't need to go.
That was just a.
Wait, which one is that one again? Which one is that one again?
That's the Tell Division.
Okay.
We made it. Thank God that I made it. Yeah, we didn't need that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So 2 bad tracks on the album.
I wish he would have kept Chris Brown's full verse for New Again.
100%.
That would have made the song better.
Mhm.
Like without Chris Brown, like after hearing Chris Brown's verse on it, I was like, oh yeah, I could do away without this song just because all he says on there is thank you, make me new again. I'm like, yo, this whole verse was crazy. So I think
that song too.
Yeah, I think that could go away unless he puts Chris Brown's verse on it.
Nobody gonna say nothing about the baby's verse. Like that's not.
Oh, I
Oh.
liked his verse.
Okay,
I had mentioned that. I was saying like him recruiting.
He actually got some shit off his chest. I'm sure been wanting. I'm sure that shit's been. He been wanting to get that shit off his chest.
Yeah,
for a minute.
baby, we're not trying to hear you right now though. So
that's why people didn't understand why they was like, why didn't they just make that one song? And I was like, nah, that was probably a Jay move where Jay was like, right now, don't put me on the same verse as baby. He got some stuff going on.
Yeah,
I don't even think that's what the case is. I think the song originally had the baby on there because remember when he got Jay, it was like when the album was originally supposed to drop, he barely like emailed Jay the song.
Well, Jay got there at 4:00 and recorded the verse at 4 p.m. on the first studio session.
Look at this nigga. Like the nigga Rail was there.
No, I'm saying so. Like I feel like originally the baby was supposed to be on there.
No, baby wasn't supposed to be on. That was late. That was a late act. That was Jay was always supposed to be on it.
I think he's better. He's better on the second part.
No, yeah. I think so too. What only thing I would say about the baby's verse, I didn't have a problem with the baby's verse. I just would tell him, you said like,
here we go. Jesse got the smile. He's about to say some shit. Good, keep going.
Everything you said, I learned from stuff and things. You didn't learn from shit.
Yeah, baby.
So I'm gonna say one thing I saw on the internet that I was gonna leave all the internet shit off, but why Jay give Drake the better verse? Why Drake give? Why did Jay give Drake the better verse?
Content
to destroy Drake.
I don't need to do that.
There's nothing wrong with Jay's verse on Jail. People were shitting on it like it was whack, and I was like, that was fine. It was straight.
I think it's the content.
It was straight. Like it was straight.
So
it's straight. It was straight with the song.
While we are here, are we going to talk about the WWE between them?
Hold on, wait.
No,
while we're talking about hot takes and controversial shit, the internet has also spoken that Drake has did an irresponsible thing by sampling R. Kelly.
R. Kelly, yep.
Whatever.
But he didn't know it. I don't think did he knowingly do that?
Hey,
this is one of those things where I just like,
you gotta clear your samples. He did know that. You have
to well, I mean, I don't think Drake.
The issue is you can sample R. Kelly, just don't put feature on the song when you sample R. Kelly.
Just don't do what Cassidy did. You know?
No, look, I can care less what somebody does. Like
make a song called
it's the same controversial thing with having Marilyn.
I think that
it's like it is what it is. Whatever.
That's what Kanye was.
Whatever the fuck they want to do. It's your. My thing is, it's your choice to listen to it or not. You get mad at all these things. Don't listen to the goddamn thing.
100%.
Mad. Like
100%.
Stop wasting your time jumping on the internet and getting mad. Why don't you just not listen to it? Like that's it. And do what I did. I was mad at Kanye. I didn't listen to Kanye for 3 albums. I didn't give a fuck.
100%. We was cool. We was like, I'm cool.
And even then, even listening to this album, the only really reason I listened to it, number one, is because I knew we were going to talk about it on this pod, and I didn't want to sit here.
Thank you for doing your homework, Jesse.
Yeah. I honestly genuinely felt spiritually like something's different. And then all the media shit happened, and I was like, oh, it's not really that different with Kanye. It's really not that.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say, like, my favorite, I do like okay. Like, I like that song.
Okay.
I like The Weeknd on Hurricane.
Yeah, Hurricane is cool. That's song grew on me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, how do y'all feel about the original one that had Drake singing that part?
I did not hear that one.
I didn't.
Yeah. So Drake was the one sing. It was him and Drake originally both on that song.
Wow. So you got somebody else from Toronto, huh? All right. Yeah.
But the nigga who Drake kicked off of his record label.
Well, here's the thing, Drake, you can't get no Weeknd verse on your shit, so
yeah,
you can't get Drake can't get Abel on his shit
because he don't want Abel. He cool.
Who the fuck?
Who the
fuck don't want Abel on their shit? Nigga, you smoking?
Who doesn't? A lot of people don't like Abel. You think the Universal people like Abel?
Nigga, Abel's that dude when it comes to them tracks. Nigga, you sure Abel got a catalog. Abel's up there.
Abel on that sugar.
Hey, when in Rome.
I'm gonna tell you, Abel don't make songs for me, so I don't care.
So
I'm not a part of his demographic.
Clips, did you listen to Life of the Party?
I was just about to get into that. Yeah.
Yes, I did.
What did you think?
And I'm hurt that didn't make the album.
That broke my heart
because the times that Andre does really put his heart and soul into some shit,
it's rare.
He also does it from he's very self-conscious aspect. So sometimes you got to let that flourish and let that build and let that be for him. You know, he's already self-conscious about his music. Like, and when he does verses for people, he's doing that like I really fuck with you heavy. I want to work with you. I feel comfortable bringing my art to you. And
because you think that like nobody been hitting up 3 stacks over these to try to get a hot record to come out. It's like, yay. I understand. Honestly, yeah, you could have stayed off the fucking track for all I care.
I was just about to say that if you
could have stayed off the fucking track for all I care, nigga, give me the production and 3 stacks on that motherfucker, and that shit's smoking.
Yep.
Here's what I would say. This is one of those times where I'm like, where I said Kanye's just talking and he was talking about his feelings and he just like versus really like lyrically rapping. That was one of those where it's like he was just talking and you could see like he just started going on tangents.
Yeah.
In that verse, to me, if you felt like, okay, I don't want to have something controversial, it would have just been dope if you just did that, because there's been a lot of talk about Andre 3000, how people have been finding him in parks and all that stuff, and he's just like walking up and down streets, and he kind of looks like homeless. An artist does what artists do, for him to come out with have a verse like that, and it kind of speaks to like where he's at spiritually, and I'm just like, you could have just like had the verse alone.
That could have just been an interlude.
It could have been the same shit he did with the Pop Smoke out, with the Pop Smoke song.
Yeah, 100%.
That would have easily been one of my favorite tracks. Now everybody's like, oh, that's the best song on it, and I'm like, okay, here goes that jump to conclusion shit. But just the verse alone, I was like, man, we missed out on something. Now it's like, I really wish or hopefully that he adds it at some point in time, because it wasn't amazing. It was a beautiful verse. It was just, you know, I mean, one of those things where it was one of those verses where it's like he's telling us, it's like you gotta sit back and timestamp your shit. Where it's like he's telling us a story. Like the first time I heard it, I didn't even finish the verse. I had to go back. I didn't even finish the verse. Like I doubled it back before the shit even finished. I said, hold up, this shit is going over my head.
They say that Andre is the Doctor Strange of the rap world.
Yeah,
wait, what do you mean by way? So explain that to me.
It's been on, like, that's what, you know, I've
the Twitters, the internets, the internet's peoples.
Yes, but it kind of makes sense, like that he's the Doctor Strange of the hip hop world. Like when he gives you verses,
so he knew the snap was coming.
He probably did. I mean, he be in it when he gives you verses. He goes in and out of it so smooth and just like bring you back. It's just you really got to go back and really deal with it. Like he fabricates the best styled verses that one can do. Like this nigga's a genius, and his flow, his rap cadence, how he puts syllables together, how he makes the raps go on beats that he's on, that he's fucking phenomenal. So, and then you give him subject matter, then he just snaps and goes crazy. Yeah, Stacks is that's.
It was one of those verses where I'm like, man, I would love to just make a music video of just like giving imagery of what he's talking about, where he's like laying on the grass, getting the itch from laying on the grass too long, and maybe she's talking to me, and the
keep going, yeah.
Baby, like it's those little things where it's like imagery, just like how he painted it, the picture is like, and things you could relate to, and now. Every time I see something like that or I feel something like that, that's like, man, maybe somebody's talking to me.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody's giving me some sort of
about a nigga that's really in tune with the universe. Like everybody worried about him. Like I mean, as long as he's
like,
you know.
That was beautifully painted throughout the verse. And I thought it sucks. And also, like, I don't really want to get into this, but it's also like one of those things like, do Drake and Kanye really got a beef?
I don't think so. I think it's WWE. I think it's wrestling. Everybody who's on Certified Lover Boy is on fucking Donda. Cuddy's on Donda.
That's not even a problem. The only person that shouldn't be on Certified Lover Boy is Travis Scott. That's you're supposed to be. Like, you're supposed to have an alliance. You ain't supposed to be on there. Like, what the fuck?
On sicko mode.
Yeah. And Sci-Hi wrote that. Sci-Hi wrote that.
If I'm taking a side, I'm taking a side. You can't be on it. You guys are beefing?
He really didn't need Travis on that song, bro. You really didn't.
Anything that we recorded, do not put that shit out. That's what you're supposed to say. Like, you have that right.
But did you guys not hear Ye take a shot at Trav on Life of the Party? Where he was like, Trav, stop smiling for these white folks, about talking about his Nike deal or some shit like that. So it's like, yeah. If you look at the lyrics, he said at the end on Ye's verse, he said, Trav, you gonna stop smiling for these white folks. He's talking about the Nike shit, you know, and so it's like, damn, I thought who's cool with who?
Oh yeah, Kanye.
I don't care about the Nike shit. How about the McDonald's shit? All the coons that's doing the McDonald's deals is pissing me off, sweetie.
Huh?
I said all the people that doing these stupid ass McDonald's deals. Continue.
Oh, what I was gonna say, and yes, that's terrible that niggas are sponsoring. They be always trying to McDonald's, the culture. Remember they like commercials when we was
with the R&B song?
Come on, man. We know who that's for. We know who ba-da-ba-ba-ba is for.
Well, I mean,
it's not for Mary.
Hey, Pusha T wrote it.
I was just about to say this. I heard it and I was like, damn, Pusha, you ain't got to real like this.
Not for us, bro.
Things you can pull back on, Pusha. Like,
Hey, but shout out to Pusha, man. This all comes back to him at the end of the day.
He's loyal.
He made both of these niggas rap.
Yeah.
Everything that has transpired over this time is because Pusha made both of these two.
Kanye's effectively affected 2 Drake albums now.
And Drake, it won't still mention Push by name for some reason. He still won't talk to Push. He still won't. You can sub Ye all you want, but you won't holler at Push. And Ye put you both of them niggas in the same group text.
Push is practically a lawyer. He made Aubrey spend time with his son.
It's so stupid.
There's some things, there's some people. That's all I gotta say.
That you don't fuck.
Exactly.
All right, so we can go ahead.
There's some people you don't like.
Hey, today Wayne
so
and Baby have not fucked with Push since what happened to that boy.
Are y'all calling Pusha T the James Johnson NBA member that was all those years? People say you don't want to mess with James Johnson. He's a black belt. You don't want to mess with James Johnson.
No, you don't want to mess with Ron Artest, homie. Come on.
Yeah, man. Like for a year, he was. We all watch Poop, so we all know it was Charles Barkley said it's the list. It was like, nah, James Johnson's one of those ones. It's the Morris twins. It's Ron Artest. It's Stack Jack. It was Matt Barnes for a little bit, and now it's the Morris twins.
Shit, apparently it was Kwame Brown too.
Kwame Brown's punk ass was on that list. Fuck Kwame Brown.
Kwame was on that list. Who was beating up? His contract? Was he beating up his contract? He beat up his
last time, I just know Michael was making him cry in the locker room.
When Arenas said it, Gilbert was like, "No, I don't want those problems with Kwame. He's been known to be doing that shit, like fighting and shit. He's known." Yeah,
he's a big ass black country man. Anyway,
I was gonna say is like with Pusha, there was one time me and I believe it was Chris. Shout out to Chris. We was in an Uber, and the dude was from Virginia, and I was like, "Oh, so you were from that area that the Clips them for?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we known for being hustlers out there. Everybody knows Pusha T." And Miles, like everybody knows who they are. Like that, he's like when Pusha T talks about his grandma and being a hustler, he is like, yes, we all know that family. We all we all known for all that there, but their names is known out there. So it's like Drake. There's a reason why they not mentioning his name because it's like when he talks about the shit he's doing. Whether you believe it or not, it's a part of that. There's something there's truth in there that he speaks. So it's like, as much as you can say he's putting dubs on some shit, a lot of that shit is where he's from, and a lot of people know it already. You don't want to fuck with him like that. So that's all I can say.
All right. So I'll just say this and I'll cap this. What a fucking week and a half of fucking music. So like we're blessed to have what a fourth quarter of music to drop.
We didn't even talk about the Kendrick verse.
Nah. We didn't even talk about Kendrick yet.
Kendrick verse on Baby Keem's song. We didn't even talk about that. He dropped that before Certified Lover Boy came out. Yeah.
Joe Budden was making this whole thing out like he was like I want Drake versus Kendrick. He was like, fuck you, Kanye, you stay over there. You stay over there. You over there.
I mean,
and he was like, these are two I want to go against together.
I mean, I watched a blog for some reason. Academics was shitting on Kendrick, and then he fell asleep doing Certified Lover Boy on a live stream.
Yeah,
I was just like,
don't get me started. I hate that.
That's the first and last time we ever mentioned that man.
Academics, I hate ever. All right, so we got a versus cast coming up. So it was announced this week we're gonna have Fat Joe versus Ja Rule. Real quick, before the matchup, I don't even know when it's supposed to drop, but initially, before you guys dive into tracks or anything, who did you off the top of your head think was like, oh, this is a win for this person? Who you think has the better matchup? Do you think this is even a good matchup? Clips, go ahead.
It's a terrible matchup.
All right. Short and sweet. You want to elaborate on that? If that's all you got.
Well, if we had to pick a winner,
Yeah,
I'm gonna pick Fat Joe.
I agree. Continue though.
Better verses, better songwriting. He's deep in the hip hop world. He gonna bring us the pun classics. He got this stuff in the back.
Like now.
I mean, even now, like the shit that his album that he put out was this past year.
It's taken off streaming service. It's off a streaming service. The shit was crazy. The shit was actually fucking fire. Continue.
It was great. So,
yeah.
Maybe something didn't get cleared all the way, and they was like, we got to take it down. That's the only thing I can think of. But and once again, still currently making music. 100%. What is Ja got? You ain't got nothing to compete with.
That was my point to people. I was like, yeah, Ja had a bigger run and had the ball for a long time. Like he had the summers. He had 5 summers. As we joke on this pod, he had like 5 summers of this is my shit. I'm that dude.
2001 to 2007, I feel like was like his more relevant summers.
Yeah. He owned him, Ashanti, J-Lo, all that shit. He got that. Like you want to talk about bigger? No, I don't even think. Do you guys think Ja Rule has a bigger record than Lean Back?
That arguably.
Which one is the bigger record?
They're gonna say "Living It Up" could be compared to that.
Okay.
Like you gonna think, and remember,
I think Lean Back is bigger. I think Lean Back was bigger.
100%. In the club, I'm going Lean Back before I'm going Living It Up. But if you're going Feel Good versus Living It Up is a Feel Good. And Case was killing on it. Yeah. But you got to look at all of Ja Rule's songs that smacked and were super great.
Yep.
Are all featured.
Yeah. That's
what 50 said, but I'm gonna leave 50 out of it.
I was just about to say, I feel like you took that for 5th. My man 5th and a half. Yeah. Real? What do you think of this matchup and who you got?
I mean, Fat Joe is the more like his hip hop historian. I mean, as far as he used to hold.
He's the OG too.
I mean, yeah, he used to hold the umbrella for pun. So I mean, and
this nigga, man,
crazy, bro.
This nigga, man, you so disrespectful, bro.
There's another person you don't fuck with.
yeah, nigga.
Who crack? Who crack? Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, he's a pioneer. But I'm talking about as far as if we're talking about what radio hits, Ja got that shit on lock. It depends on the crowd. They put it in New York.
It's gonna be in New York because it has to be in New York.
I mean, because even
Fat Joe, I don't know
who plays New York.
So
they both on that song.
Yeah, they're probably in with that, just like how they did Ice. Like they're probably in with that song, just like how Gucci Mane and Jeezy did Icy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now, Rail. I'm sorry to cut you off. Fat Joe was in attendance for that.
Yeah,
at New
Locks.
York. So he's gonna be on that same type of time.
Same shit. Yes,
and I don't think that Ja can outperform Fat Joe.
No.
Okay.
No.
So
go
ahead.
So is Ashanti gonna be doing double duty by the way? So she gonna be performing. She gonna perform.
She should just stand out.
No, J-Lo's gonna come and do all the Ashanti songs.
Is that what's gonna happen?
Go ahead, Ro. I don't know if you have more to say.
No, I would just want to say lastly. I think Fat Joe's obviously the better.
So you got Ja Rule.
I think Ja is. It depends on how you look at it. If you're going,
no. You got Ja.
I don't even want to pick this, but
you got Jeffrey Atkins.
I got Ja. I think
you got Jeffrey Atkins.
Wow. Okay.
I got Ja.
What first initial on paper looking at it, I have Ja. I got Ja. Like that. Like it's just
sure.
It's one of those things where we're talking about a man that. See, you brought up like, is there a song bigger than Lean Back, right? Or what was
That's not my only thing, but like that's how I start when I break it down. But I was like, who has the biggest track?
But that's one song.
That's what I'm saying. It's only one song.
Now the question is, when does he pull out his songs? Like my thing about, and this is one of those things where I can say, you guys know I have I listen to a lot of East Coast music. East Coast, that was my thing.
More on the East Coast.
Growing up. But I didn't really listen to Fat Joe like that. I've listened to Big Pun, but my thing is like I don't know where Fat Joe can go once Ja Rule goes to his hits. Like that's my thing. Like, so now is he gonna just have to take a few L's? Yeah. Also, I think we talked about this in the other group chat, but it's like who's gonna rock the crowd better? I think, like Clip said, Fat Joe was in that crowd. He knows what he has to do. There's a reason why they put it in New York. He knows what he's gonna have to do, and he knows he's gonna have to outperform him. And I think that's what's gonna get Fat Joe over. But this is one of those things where I'm like, I know one artist more than the other just because of like commercial songs. Like, who's a better rapper? Yeah, Fat Joe's a way better rapper. Who made better songs? Fat Joe. But like just off of popularity and everything, off of like songs, I think Ja Rule beats a lot of like Fat Joe songs.
Yeah, I mean, you got
living
it up.
You can say off of features alone, like
living it up. That song he had, holla holla, everybody that's ready to get dollar,
yeah.
Like I'm talking like just his features on that, even if it was a feature, or I mean, even like that shit with Ashanti, Charlie Baltimore. I want to be your chick.
Ja Rule.
Hey.
One of the first rappers to be doing that singing, rapping shit.
Yeah, he's
doing that.
Pioneer. He's My only thing is Fat Joe has current hits, like Clip said. Current
all the way up.
Current.
The Sunshine track. That's fire.
Okay.
Current hits.
And he could do his verse from We Taking Over. Don't play.
Yeah.
He's been on some great features, bro. Don't sleep on Joey Trap, man.
So it's different. Drew, I haven't seen Rule since he was at the Bucks game talking about
longevity is what's gonna get Fat Joe. Longevity is what's gonna get Fat Joe cool. Like, keep him in there.
I also thought about this at this verses. I was like, the participants are getting real slim. This is slim pickings out here for participants in these verses, bro. I don't know what's gonna happen.
It can't be a home run every time.
These participants is getting slimmer.
Well, they gotta do some old school like verses. Like I want to see like a Naughty by Nature verses. That'd be fun.
They better go get Kid and Play and tag team.
I would love I would love to see them bring Snoop back against another West Coast artist.
I want big dogs. Well, so I mentioned this already, but I'll reiterate it. They should start doing like how they did during the pandemic. Like, well, we're still during the pandemic. The beginning of the pandemic when producers were doing it. Like, I want to see Swiss Beats versus who did I say that Swiss Beats was calling out? Who did he want? Who Kid?
Oh, who
he want? He want Who Kid?
Wait, wasn't DJ Clue versus
was it Clue?
Was it DJ Clue versus?
It was Clue.
Happened.
It's supposed to happen?
No, I think that was like something they were talking about. Is the DJs?
Yeah, it's DJ.
Oh,
like
drama.
If we can get drama versus Clue. Yeah. Drama, that's what it was. If we can get drama versus Clue, that right there would be awesome. We need 20. We need 30.
Yeah, nigga, because them motherfuckers on.
Yeah, we need
mixtape grind is ridiculous.
30 for that. Like, I think they need to again. Fat Joe and Ja Rule is cool. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. But it's a welterweight fight. Like, we want heavyweights, in my opinion. Like you guys said that not everyone can be a home run. I get it. We got to get the Trina and the Eve. No disrespect to them. We got to get those versus what I'm saying in splashed in. we got it. All disrespect. We got to get those in. But like after how big the Locks and Dipset was, like then we go to Ja and Joe again.
But Locks and Dipset,
New York,
because they can't get the next best thing. You know what they want. You know what they want.
Fifth. Can we get fifth in game?
Made you
Can we
hot,
get fifth in
fuck around
game?
like you a big shot?
Can we get fifth in game?
Nah, we can't get that.
We can't get separation like how it was for Jeezy
we not gonna
and
get-
Gucci. We can't get no separation.
No, well, no, fifth in game is they cool now. They cool.
Can we get that? We can't
you
get
can't
that.
get no separation between fifth and Ja.
No. I know we're not getting that. No, we're not getting that.
No.
That's real. That's real. Like everybody talk about beat killing that. That's real
That's
street
never
shit. Like
happened.
that's like real street shit. So we
Yeah.
not that you're not doing that. But we can't get fifth in game.
I don't think
Jeezy and Gucci was real street shit too. But
Yeah.
but Game and
that's
50.
a good beat.
I mean, Ja Rule and 50 would never be able to be in the same room.
No.
But 50 about to troll the fuck out of Ja.
Oh, on the internet. Oh, he gonna go hard. He gonna, man, what? I'm gonna be in the comment section. He gonna go up in the comment section. It's gonna be
He's about
stupid.
to promo the fuck for Ja.
I don't know who else I want to see. I think, there's just going to be some things that are unmatched. So I hope them like great luck. Hope it's fun for whoever
Great
watches.
luck.
I'm not going to watch, but
Wow, you're not watching? You checking out of this one?
yeah.
Maybe they start. Maybe
I don't even
they
know
start
what
putting
day.
white
I don't even know what day it's on. To be honest with you, I didn't write it down.
Okay, I will say this: Fat Joe will win because he's going to win the crowd, and Fat Joe just
now you not.
No,
Now you switching picks?
no. I'm realizing like Fat Joe talking wise.
That's what we were saying in the chat. Like in verses, it's not songs. It's not all about the songs. It's not.
That's why I'm saying Fat Joe is going to own the crowd because he
Yeah, that's why I was trying to tell Jeff. I was like, it's not just about the songs.
is out. Am I saying song versus song? I give it Ja Rule that, but Fat Joe's gonna do what Jada did, and that's he like clips. He saw that, and Fat Joe's gonna do 10 times more than that. Like he's just gonna keep rocking the crowd, just talking. So it's just like one of those things where I'm like, it also
Joe's gonna bring people too. Like
it also may be like a celebration thing because they do have a lot of crossover features. So it's like. You never know with that. So I don't know if it really will come down.
is Ja Rule gonna play his R. Kelly song? Don't be a coward, Ja. Play it.
I think I'm done at that one.
Damn. Oh, we went back on.
Tight.
Okay, cool. Does anybody else have anything they would like to add before?
We didn't lose this. I hope we didn't lose this.
I hope we didn't lose this. It'll be so.
It stopped it and then it put it back on.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Does anybody else have anything else they'd like to add before we get up on out of here?
Oh, I wanted to know, music related question.
Yeah.
So, if Certified Lover Boy and Donda aren't albums of the year so far, what are y'all picks for album of the year?
Cole.
Between Nas or Cole.
It's Nas or Cole, yeah. It's probably not. And that's another thing too. I was gonna talk about it too. Cole came out first and said, "Fuck y'all niggas. I don't care what Kendrick got. I don't care what Drake got in the tug."
And Cole's always been like that. So
Hey, like I'm coming
he's
out and
not
doing
worried about it.
first.
Because and I like Cole's album because ain't no features on that shit.
I mean, he got features on this one, but
I think production is featured. I mean, people who he worked with, he didn't make all the damn beats.
He did 21 again. Him and 21.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's not watered down with features like that. Like
okay.
I still want to hear Cole rap. Like same shit with Drake. It's like Drake, I appreciate your features. I still want to hear you rap. You know, I still want you to go all 3 bars. Like, you know, that's hard to do.
My problem is it's just one of those things where his features did not enhance the songs. Like it did not make anything that much better. So that's my only issue with all those features. But yeah, I agree. I prefer listening to you do a whole song than you having a bunch of features. Yeah. For me, I don't listen to
rap music. It's okay.
No, I cannot remember his name right now, but they say he has a great album.
Moneybag Yo.
What?
No, I actually do like Buddy Bag Yo. I don't. But
I mean, he had the highest like streams or like
Tyler. There we go.
Tyler.
Yeah, I don't listen to Tyler either.
I don't listen to Tyler. But everybody says he has a really good album.
Album is tight. That's what I was gonna ask. Like, how long before we put him in that conversation? Because his album is really good.
I throw him in there. Like that's everything I've heard about his album. Throw him in there.
And I like Flower Boy better than this one.
But
y'all listen to IDK's new album?
But I'm gonna listen
with the
to
yellow background.
Yeah, that one's really fucking good.
Yeah.
And has a Jay Electronica verse on his album.
Did y'all listen to Soulja Man's new album? Soulja dropped the same.
Soulja was supposed to be on Donda.
Yeah, I know, we know that. That's why we didn't bring that. That's why we didn't bring that up.
Thank you.
Soulja dropped the same weekend as Certified Lover Boy. Who you think got more streams?
Soulja, of course. He's the first to do it.
Yes, he was the first to do it. What do you mean?
That's what I was gonna say. Soulja created Drake. So
Soulja created Drake.
Yeah,
he created streams. He created YouTube. What didn't the
I will say this: some of the shit he says is very true, but the created Drake thing and stole my whole.
I did that first.
It's like you cannot ride on that shit.
Having that dingy.
I'm the first rapper to wear babes.
Yeah.
All right, Soulja. All right.
What I was gonna say is, who else? I think Nas is in the lead. I don't see how like Grammys don't give it to Nas. Like that's it. Like,
we need an all black Grammys.
True.
Supposed to be the BET Awards.
Even then, I still put
BET. No, they're owned by the white man.
Yeah, they are Viacom. You're right. My bad.
I will say I still feel like on personal reception and everybody's saying I think Nas is in the lead. I think he's in the lead. The album is amazing, but
it's fine.
I feel like both of those albums are amazing.
Are y'all going to listen to Grip's album?
As soon as I find out who that is.
I mean, I'm waiting on it. It should be good. I'm iffy with him, though. You know what I'm saying? So
he just doesn't get the promo because he's a shady artist. That's all.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
I mean, Griselda was a shady artist, and they got up out of there too. So
them motherfuckers,
because they were just dropping their own music. They just started.
Wait, oh my gosh! Hold the fuck up. Lloyd Banks dropped an album this year too.
Yeah.
That was good.
And brought back 3 verses. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Brought that shit back. How many rap songs did you be like, oh,
I was at a party. Somebody said Lloyd Banks versus somebody.
It gotta be a 10-song versus.
Song don't play Lloyd like that, nigga.
I think it was like I think we said
it's gonna be a 10-track versus.
I think we said it should have been like G Unit versus.
No, yeah, that's what it should have been. Yeah, that'd have been dope.
And then they were like, I think it was Jewels versus.
Lloyd. The only thing about that is they gonna play 10 minutes of Fifth.
I was like, Jewels beats Lloyd Banks. I was like, personally, I feel that. But I don't know. I think I'm messing it up. But
we should have had Lloyd versus either Fab or Jada, just for the lyrical aspect of it.
No, not for Jada.
I'm just saying, just if you're talking about just bars.
Yeah. We see Jada son enough people.
I mean,
yeah, we done with that.
Lloyd got freestyles in the tuck too, just like that. So I mean,
100%.
I don't see it.
You got to get like some mysterious artists, like Jay Electronica and somebody like niggas who you like. I know you got like 2 albums,
right?
Like him and Sky High.
Oh man. All right, well, Clips, we always appreciate you coming on, man, and making us feel smarter with your music knowledge. We appreciate that, raising the level in here. We need that.
Here for that.
Please don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please rate on Apple Music. It goes a long way. We gotta feed the algorithm gods, apparently. We gotta feed the algorithm peoples. Retweet us on Instagram. drop some questions because our 100th episode is coming, and we're pretty much gonna have a celebration of those Millennials podcasts on the 100th episode. And yeah, you guys have anything else to say before we get out of here?
Happy belated birthday, Terrell.
Oh man, happy belated birthday, Terrellson.
Shout out to all the people going through that hurricane. Hopefully you get through it.
Yeah, shout out to all those people on in the East Coast and down south.
I'm not here to compare like disasters.
Here we go. The Jesse smile where he's about to say something. Go
Lord knows we deal with some shit, but I would rather I would be able to survive a fire more than I am survive what's going
Jesse
on over there.
Pissing on them while they're down. Look
I'm
at
not
Jesse.
pissing on them. I'm saying I can survive a fire more than I can survive that. That's being said. The reason why I'm saying that is because I can't swim. So
I thought you were saying it like because you're like you're comparing disasters because like
I'm not comparing
disasters.
I'm not saying which one's worse. I'm saying I can survive.
There was a lot of that on the internet where people were just basically like, "Why would you want to live in all the people that still live in Louisiana? Like, why would you still live down?"
Because a lot of people do this thing where they're like, "Oh, you guys go through earthquakes in California," and it's like, we don't. What was the last earthquake? Yeah, we don't get that many. But when they bring up fires, fires is something different. That is something different.
Like I said, I saw a lot of that.
But I'm not comparing.
People were like, Louisiana's underwater again, and it was like, well, isn't it like that every year? And it's like, no, you jackasses. But
all of the Northeast is underwater. Even New York was underwater.
Yeah, that was crazy. I didn't know how much people I follow on Instagram and Twitter that live in New York, and I was like blown away by my timeline, some of the pictures and shit. One of the dudes I follow, like had a $250,000 G-Wagon that got fucked up by the fucking hurricane.
And what's the name? Maul whole shoe collection was destroyed from the former Joe Budden podcast member. He Instagrammed. He Instagrammed his shoe closet
basement. That shit's crazy.
It was terrible.
Basements.
They'll dry up.
Nah, those is fucked. As soon as you get water in that hole, it's a wrap.
Somebody about.
Well, before we get to all the way to the end, if you live in California, make sure you do your due diligence and vote on September 14th. We have a whole recall situation. I don't care what side you swing on. Just please make sure you vote. We got enough terrible things happening in America. We don't need California to be that terrible. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
All right. We're those millennials and clips, and we're out.